Good morning, world. You're tuned into Morning Kiss with Dom Blake. I am Dominique Blake, the voice of NWA. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So it's the first Monday of 2021, and, we have an amazing show lined up for our listeners and viewers today. You could be anywhere tuned into any other station, so I thank you, and I love you guys for being here with us on Morning Kiss. I am here today with my amazing producer, Mr. Noel Sosa. Yeah, let's give it up for Noel. My co-host for today, Miss Blair Hastings of FPTV. Right? Listen, for those of you who don't know what FPTV stands for, it stands for Fayetteville Public Television. So she's a big deal. All right. We have a special guest in the KISS studios this morning, everyone. On-air personality at Star 101.5, communications coordinator at Arkansas Arts and Fashion Forum, and professional model at Stage 21. Did I cover that, Ro?
Yes.
Did I cover it? Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ms. Ro on the radio, otherwise known as her government name, Miss Rochelle Bailey. All right. So I'm so happy and excited to have you ladies here today. But before we get to the rest of the show, we have to let our listeners and viewers know you can tune in right here each and every Monday to listen live on both KISS 105.3 FM and the PPBC stream app, and of course on our YouTube channel, Morning Kiss with Dom Blake. So stay updated by subscribing to the channel, and of course, give us a like and a share so we can spread the morning kisses. Attention all broadcasting, communication, marketing, photography, and media students. The KISS 105.3 station and Morning Kiss show are giving you the opportunity to score an internship position with the #1 radio station and morning show in NWA. So if you've been wanting and waiting for this opportunity or any opportunity like this, the time is now. Please slide into our DMs on Instagram at Morning Kiss with Dom Blake, and let's get you started. Today's show is brought to you by Diamond Training. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to both Ro and Blair and find out what we all have in common, and also how Ro is changing the world one industry at a time. We are back. Thank you guys for tuning into Morning Kiss. Listen, Noel, I every time we're in here, every time we're in the studios, I always want to know what's going on with you. It's a new year. Happy New Year to you and your entire family. You wear so many hats. Like, right. He adjusts his hat. So I want to know, did you submit your New Year's resolutions to God this year?
You know what, man? 100%. I had to work on those to the last minute too. You know what I mean? So definitely trying to make 2021 a better year than 2020. Maybe that's all of us.
I know. It's going to be awkward. You know how we write the date so often, it's going to take some adjusting to start writing 21. I'm excited to write 21 because I'm really excited to get out of 2020. But I really want to just, tell everybody how grateful I am to have you in studio with me every single segment, because he makes the show so special. He puts his little spin on it, and you can tell when he's around, you just have that extra energy and light. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, Noel. And what can we tell the people about what to expect in 2021 from Morning Kiss? I'm not sure if we can let them in on all the magic that we're sitting on, but hopefully we can tell them soon. Do you have anything you want to drop, or
all I know is, I'm equally and probably even more so grateful to have you in studio doing what you do.
Thank you, sir.
To see how you've taken this new chapter on has been incredible. I feel like you just took off, guns blazing. And I can't wait to see what heights we reach in this coming year, because we're going to the moon, baby.
Was that a pun? Because I like to get out the blocks with that gun.
Hey, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Pow!
That's how I like to do it.
We're going for gold this year, baby.
Going for gold. Listen, Blair, Happy New Year, lady. Happy New Year. Can you believe 2021 is here?
I am so ready. Like 2021 is going to be going off of Dixon like every bar hop. You know what I
mean? So safely. Yes.
With the mask on.
So, by the way, thank you so much for stopping by today and hanging with us and co-hosting with me. Hopefully this won't be your last time co-hosting, and, you can hang out with us at another time in the future, because I love your energy. I love what you're doing over at FPTV.
Oh my gosh.
And you are doing it, girl. So shout out to you. And, again, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging with us.
Oh,
guys,
thank you.
Thank you. Let me tell you just how special my co-host is. She is a media marketing expert and talent coordinator, and I think it's safe to call her Miss FPTV just because she wears so many hats. Like, you do so much over there. And if you could just give us a brief rundown and a more in-depth idea of the exciting things that you do over at FPTV and what we can expect in 2021.
Okay, well, 2021 is a really big thing for us right now because we are actually launching a campaign for women in broadcasting, and we freaking love it. So thank you for y'all in the radio world. But also we do like provide classes, like free classes for editing and all that.
I'm signing up. I
know.
want you to know.
Yes.
I don't know how skilled up you are with your editing skills. You do a lot in the content world. I can't even be specific enough because you do so much. But I would like to sharpen my skills with editing. So if people out there are interested in joining that editing course or class, how can they do that? How can they find you?
Definitely. You can always email us at info@fapublic.tv. And we also have like open mic series where you can like sing, dance, and all of that, state your opinion. And you can email us at admin@fapublic.tv.
So I can like come in and do like spoken word or like expressive dancing.
Yeah, exactly. You can just be like, hello, FPTV, this is Blair and I'm weird, but check me out, blah, blah, blah.
So that's actually how YouTube and MySpace started out.
I love Tom.
Right?
I wonder how Tom is
people
doing.
Just got on and kind of did their thing, and they immediately got an audience and people started buying their stuff. Shout out to MySpace. Sometimes I miss it, and it was such a consumer, artist to consumer direct. There were no middlemen, and a lot of artists today that are doing extremely well started out on that platform. So that's super dope. That you guys are providing that for the community. I think it's very important to cultivate our youth and just people in general by sharpening their skills with programs like that. So I'm going to have you right now on air promise that you will come back and tell us how that's coming.
Heck yeah.
How it's going.
You got me. Dial me up. I'll be here.
All right. Okay. So, for me personally, 2021 is already, it hasn't even, honestly, guys, I don't even know how I can describe this, but I'm super excited to be here. 2020 was really challenging for a lot of folks. We made it. We're lucky to have survived. And I think anybody that has made it to 2021, you should be super grateful. So I have a lot of things in the pipeline for 2021, and I can't wait to share it with my people. And, I think the goal here is to, once you've gotten to a certain place in your career or you've noticed yourself progressing, it's your job to reach back and help other people and look out into, your world, your little world, and see who's there that you can say, hey, Ro, you know what? I got this deal going. I got this project. I think you would be fantastic for this position. Are you interested in partnering with me? So it's about who's allowing you to grow, who makes you happy, and who challenges you and holds you accountable. You know what I mean? So she definitely holds me accountable. She, even silently, I look on the gram, I see her at 4 a.m. in the gym. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so worthless right now. Even though I'm an athlete, I just feel like I should be doing more. But 4 a.m. girl, that is, it doesn't get any more intense than that.
Well, I go to bed at 8:30 like a senior citizen, so
you got me.
That's part of it.
I'm not going to bed at 8:30.
That is part of it.
Well, listen, Ro, I'm really excited to have the opportunity to be in this seat here, right now, as your peer in the radio industry and as your friend, as your mentee in the modeling industry,
yes,
and as your teammate as a Black woman, right? Because
exactly.
we're teammates in this thing in life together. So, I want to really get into the very beginning. I want you to take us to where you're born, raised, where you go to high school, college, and the whole bit. So let's start there.
Okay, I was born in Apple Valley, California, and my dad was in the military, and so I went to Germany and I went to Las Vegas, Nevada, stayed there, and then he got out of the Air Force and then decided to be a fireman. It's like, you retire and then you won't go to back to work.
Bored.
Yeah, and then that's where I grew up mostly. I went to high school there, and then I went to college at a HBCU called Tennessee State University in Nashville, and then got married at 19, which was a terrible decision.
You're not an advocate for young marriage?
No, I am not. It's not 1920.
Okay.
But to some it may work out.
Yeah.
And then, it's hard, but he was not very faithful.
Okay.
And he ended up getting another woman pregnant, which
Noel, do we have
it is over. So it is over. And then my best friend who has been living here since she was in college, she played basketball for Ole Miss, and then she did her graduate study at University of Arkansas. At that time, when I found that out, then my mother passed away within like 2 months of each other. So she was like, why don't you just, come to Fayetteville, Arkansas? And I was like, I don't know about that. I'm a comfort person. Even if it's not where I need to be, I'll stay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And she was like, she told me this one super powerful thing. And she said, you can't heal in the same place that made you sick.
There you go. That's a word. That is a word.
That was like,
say that again.
You cannot heal in the same place that made you sick.
Makes sense.
So I took my 3-year-old son at the time and a bag of clothes and my 98 Volkswagen Beetle, which was a death trap.
Wow.
But no car payments.
Right.
And then I just came to Fayetteville, Arkansas, slept on my friend's couch.
You know what? I love that though, because those are the kinds of stories where it'll make a soldier out of you, and it'll make you really tough and appreciative for when you do achieve massive success.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
So it was very difficult.
I can't imagine. But you know what? Now the Man Cub's doing great. We see you guys thriving. I think everybody knows him. He probably like walks out in town and people are like, hey, Man Cub, because but he has a wonderful name. What is his name?
His name is True. I know people don't know that because I call him the Man Cub, but his name is True. He holds me accountable.
Listen, his puberty, I see the puberty starting to kick, and that voice is getting deep, and you're not going to be able to call him the Man Cub forever. It's just like when we had to stop calling Lil Bow Wow Lil Bow Wow. Right, so
he's
now
still
it's
short though.
Yeah, he's going to start going by he's going to start going by True, and I foresee him being like 7 feet tall because y'all have some fantastic genes. But so listen, I want to talk about Ro on the radio. Yeah. How did you get into the radio industry, and how the heck did you become Ro on the radio?
That's great. And I don't have a degree in broadcasting at all. So I was working at Dillard's in Fayetteville, like when I first moved here, because I had nothing, in order to save up to get a 1-bedroom apartment. And then this woman, Anita Cowan, she actually works for Cumulus Broadcasting, and she was like, hey, we got a position open for a promotions coordinator. I was like, I don't know what that is, but sure. And I started off at Cumulus Broadcasting as a promotions coordinator. So you help with events to get people, excited about radio. Like anytime there's an event for radio, that's what the promotions coordinator does. They get all the prizes ready. If they have, like an on-call thing. So I did that, and I did not like it.
Wow.
And then there was an opportunity for me to be on air at our sister station in Fort Smith. So they just let me, be on the air. Nobody really listened to it at the time. So it's like, she's new. If she messes up, nobody's going to hear it. Yeah. And then I just fell in love with it because I am a music junkie. I cannot survive without it. I could survive without TV, right? But I could never survive without music.
I love how you guys have a similar story, because Blair comes from very humble beginnings as well, and she's worked her way up into where she's at in her career and in FPTV. But would you say that your experience is a little bit the same? Like, did you go to school for broadcasting? Did you fall in love with it as soon as you started doing it? Like, is that the same kind of?
Yeah, I mean, I actually grew up in California. Right, yeah. I was like, okay, everybody comes to Fayetteville from California, but okay. So I just feel like, growing up in California is kind of different from Fayetteville, but I got led here. And, I've been through it all, being homeless and like having family dissipate from my life. But I'm going to focus on the positive, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because you can't be dwelling on that if you want to go to where you're going.
Did you actually go to school for broadcasting?
No.
Or are you a natural Right.
I think I'm just hyped up on the vein and coffee with everything. So I'm just let's go.
So I love that, because I also with people in the music industry, people that play an instrument, I'm like, how did you learn how to play the piano? And they're like, I can play by ear. I'm like, what?
It's like,
that's crazy.
Some people
are anybody like that's not trained,
I was like that. I was in the marching band.
Oh, okay.
I was in the marching band. I was a band geek / jock, which is weird. Yeah. But I played the trombone through just
Fun
by
fact.
ear.
Fun
And then
fact.
after I was in the marching band for a year, then I learned how to play by music.
Okay.
So it was weird.
So you know what? Maybe that has a really interesting dynamic with how you listen to music and how
Yes.
the role that it plays in your life and the kind of music that you like. Because
Yes.
you are a particular kind of. Can I call you a jockey? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know, you're just so particular with the kind of music that you play during your segment.
Yes.
And that is you in your regular life. So
Absolutely.
And it's a certain genre.
Yes,
You know
like
what I mean?
I am old school
She's
to a
not
core.
dabbling into
I love
everything.
I
Yeah.
love music that's before my time, that came out before I was born, and I just know all the words. It's super weird.
Yeah.
But Candace at Hog Radio, like when she gave me the opportunity to be on Star 101.5, I was like, "Are you kidding?
Yeah.
This is like a junkie working
little
in, you know what I'm
different.
saying? It's like Cookie Monster working at Oreo.
A little different than what we do here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We are top hip hop, R&B. So
Right.
that's what I love about our dynamic. I come from this alley, she's in that alley, and we can vibe, just understanding that we're in the same space, but in totally different spaces because
Absolutely.
I'm not in her genre. I'm just like, anywho. So, okay. So now, you are at Star, and I want to really get into how you started with fashion, because now I met her not as Ro on the radio really, but I met her in the fashion industry, and she was teaching all these models how to get it together on the runway. And I was just like, oh my God, how is she walking like that? I think I want to learn how to walk like that.
And she did within like 2 minutes.
So
who is this?
NWA Fashion Week isn't a wonderful organization. I just know that you guys hear about Fashion Week all over the world, from New York to Paris, so NWA we have our own franchise, I guess you can call it, of Fashion Week, and they've been very successful. And I've had the privilege of being a part of Fashion Week here. In
Not just a part. She was like an influencer. She taught classes, so don't let her be humble.
And really getting the opportunity to walk with designers and, just experience that runway, and just it was everything that I dreamed that it would be, plus more, because I got to meet you, and you've made my experience that much better because I went on the runway prepared. I walked into meeting with designers prepared because I knew what to look for and I knew what to stay away from and what to kind of press the gas on. So talk to me about how you got to be a part of Fashion Week, and now Arkansas
Arts and Fashion
Arts and
Forum.
Fashion Mouthful.
Yeah.
Right.
It is. Well, I've always been dabbling in modeling since I was 16. Because at first I didn't want to do it because I'm a tomboy, at heart. And I was like, I gotta wear dresses, what? And then when I got that first check, I was like, you know what, I might could give this a shot.
Yeah.
But here I actually linked up with Robin because, Fashion Week rebooted. It was owned by Jade Terminella.
Yes.
And so I did it that year, and then it went away, and then Robin kind of revamped it and made it huge. I just started off just modeling, and then Robin presented me with the opportunity to be a runway coach. And I was like, I would love that. And I've always loved fashion and what goes into it. But the part I didn't like was how it was so segregated as far as your body type, your age, your all that.
I don't think people realize that models are in every single area of the industry.
You.
If you watch an AARP commercial,
That's
are models.
a model. Thank you.
If you are watching a herpes commercial,
That's
that
a
is
model.
I'm sorry to be that candid,
But they got paid though.
They got paid,
Yes.
right?
That was what I wanted to portray to people, is people keep listening to people that have no experience in the modeling industry whatsoever. You can't be a model, you're too big. You can't be a model, you're too old. You can't be a model, you're too this or that. And I'm like,
right,
but you work at Walmart.
Right, absolutely.
So how are you going to, working at Walmart is cool. I want to make that clear.
Shout out to all the
Walmart
workers.
Yeah. But that's what I wanted to change, and Robin gave me that opportunity. Arts in Arkansas Fashion Forum is actually a platform used to help creatives, that designers and artists, to get their work out there. And so I love it.
That is awesome. Listen, I watch you every single day. Everybody, in this area knows who you are, and because you're so passionate, but because you're so consistent. So I commend you. I thank you for doing the work that you do and really showing up intentionally every single day to stand behind it, because you're not a fake. This is actually what you live it. You know, you're on the radio, you're doing what you love. And in the fashion industry, you know, you don't take no for an answer. And you've encouraged people like myself and others to be the same way. So guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into the hottest topics and talk about what's trending. Thank you guys for tuning into Morning Kiss. The hot topics of this week are blazing. Listen, the House passes a measure to increase stimulus checks to $2,000. According to CNN, the House of Representatives on Monday passed a measure to increase stimulus checks for Americans under a certain income level to $2,000 after President Donald Trump championed the effort, sending the bill to the Senate, where its future is less certain. The legislation, which passed with a 275 to 134 vote, comes a day after Trump signed a sweeping coronavirus relief bill into a law last week. So that measure, which was negotiated on a bipartisan bias, provides for $600 in direct payments. But after a deal was brokered and passed out of Congress, Trump rallied against the amount as too low and called for a $2,000 check increase instead. So this prompted the House Democrats to push for an increase. Guys, I know all of you listening right now are like 600 or 2,000. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 2,000, right? So I mean, that's fantastic for all the people that have gone through a rough 2020, because you know it's January. It has been, let's just call it a year. You know, we've been in this thing for a year. So Blair, I'll ask you first. What do you think? Why do you think Trump pushed for this? Do you think it's an effort to win us over, like on his way out?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the case, because you know, it was definitely a stand. You know, because 600 to 2,000, that's a big thing. But it's like, you know, we had a lot. We had unemployment. We had people that were, you know, taking 2 jobs and trying to support themselves. And then, like, most people were like working from home. So it's like probably nice to, you know, actually get a little, you know, morale for the country. So I feel like it's good.
Now, 600, 2,000. I think, you know, you're one of those people where you are very serious about your finances.
Yes.
And I've seen her at Halloween. She will not go to the traditional Party City and go shopping. You know what I mean? This girl is so creative that she will find anything in her house and make it into something that you see in a magazine. So, you know, tell me how you feel about this this new stimulus check.
I'm very thankful. I'm being very positive, and I'm going to say that President Trump made a great decision.
That the one, yes.
That's what I will say.
You know, he's thank him for showing up. You know,
I appreciate that.
You know, so I love the $2,000. I still wouldn't go back and vote for you. You know, I mean, that is my personal opinion. But I just think that, one, I'm grateful because there are a lot of people that honestly could use this.
Absolutely.
You know? We're fortunate to just be sitting in here and be speaking kind of lighthearted about it. Mm-hmm. But I've known people that have lost their house, you know, lost their job, you know, and essentially lost their life. So, you know, we're in a great position to just sit here and discuss it right now. But shout out to Orange, you know, Mr. Orange, for doing that. This one solid. My extra thought on it is, man, is he trying to like break the bank for, you know, Biden and Harris to kind of come in like Obama did and like have this be in this deficit, or
it's
can they afford it?
Different directions.
I know. That was the one thought in the back of my mind. Like, man, is he trying to just like say, I'm gonna empty this thing on the way out? I have nothing else. Anyway, do you think that the stimulus check makes people lazy, or is it helpful? I've heard. Go ahead, Blair. I've heard like mixed, you know, conversation depending on the tax bracket that you're in. So exactly. I wanna ask you,
dude. I feel like it's like a dilemma for myself, because I'm like, okay, there's like a nice TV there. It would be so good, but I know I have to be a responsible adult here and like pay my bills and stuff, which would be nice to have, but I'm still looking at that TV.
I think
though.
Lights and water, it'd be cool to have that, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say it depends on what your finances were before you got the stimulus, on whether or not you're going to be. Now, if you're already good before the stimulus, then you might blow a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure. But if you really need it, then you're going to be like, thank you. Let me, do what I need to do. I think people are responsible under the circumstances, if that makes sense.
I totally believe that when your back is against the wall, you will stretch $600. Okay. Yeah. And now you giving me $2,000. Oh yes. Okay. We can do some things. Yeah. All right. Viola Davis has a beautiful reminder for women everywhere. According to Glamour, as a child, she said I felt invisible. She said in her 2008 Glamour Woman of the Year speech, I came from a long line of women who felt invisible. Now the 55-year-old star doesn't shy away from speaking out about anything, including her long journey to success, whether she's recounting her struggles as a dark-skinned Black woman in Hollywood or opening up about the poverty and abuse she experienced during her childhood. Davis uses her life story to encourage other women to believe in themselves, no matter what society says. I am a proud believer in everything she just said. So, as a woman of color, I'm going to ask you first, Ro. Have you been passed up on any positions you were more than qualified for?
I haven't been passed up, but I will say colorism has been more prevalent in my life than racism.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So I don't know if people are familiar, but there are certain differences between dark-skinned women and light-skinned women and how they're treated, both in the industry and in certain jobs. Get out of here. Light-skinned women are seen as non-confrontational. They're seen as more feminine. Sometimes they're seen as more desirable to certain men who are not comfortable dating women who are their skin color.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't really think I'm that cute. I got an overbite, but but at the same time, I have noticed a difference in how I'm treated versus how a dark-skinned woman is treated. But coincidentally, I wanted to be darker growing up. I wanted to be darker than you. I wanted to be Grace Jones dark. Yeah. I used to sit outside and try to get darker, literally.
I don't know. I'm just very grateful for awesome parents, but I've never really had a terrible experience with racism. I was raised in Kingston, Jamaica, and then moved to New York right before high school. So my high school and college experience were in the States. Before that, my fundamental years, even though I was born in New York, were in Kingston. So I once I got to college and then after as an adult, I really started to understand, oh my God, this is the thing that I see on TV, because Jamaica is more of a social society rather than racist or, you know what I mean? So they're more classist and social. So my experience is a lot different than a lot of darker complected Black Americans in America. Mm-hmm. So I do see both sides. I am very outspoken. I try to do it in the most tasteful way so I can use my words and communicate effectively so that I'm not perceived as this overly aggressive Black woman that's 5'10".
Always. She's got an attitude. Right. Like you can never communicate boundaries without somebody saying, oh, she got an attitude.
Right.
And I think like the frustrating part is people questioning my Blackness.
Yeah.
Like the lighter you are, people are like, what are you? And I'm like,
it's the German in you,
I'm
Rose.
Black.
It's the German in you. So I'm going to ask you, Blair, I mean, explain to the people, what's your nationality? What's your background?
I am Laotian, and I enjoy being Laotian.
Let's not assume everybody know where that is.
No, okay, so that's in Asia. That's in Asia here. But I was born in Asia, and then I came to California when I was 2 years old. So that's I know nothing else. And I don't even know.
Do you speak Laotian?
You
know how to say hi?
But I can understand it. But this is so amazing because this story, like this 51-year-old, I am so inspired because we have a lot of people that say no, you can't do it. Like I'm too, like we were talking about the modeling thing. I'm too old. I'm too fat. I'm too this. I'm too that. But this makes me want to reach for the moon and say, hey,
absolutely. Maybe she started crushing it at 51. Shout out to you, Viola Davis.
Yes, Viola.
And my second question, I'll start with you, Ro, first. Do women have it tougher in workspaces, more specifically the entertainment and media industries? What have you done to create? Well, that's my first question. But what have you done to create a positive, encouraging space for the generation coming behind us to step into the roles we're currently in?
I've made it my issue to be supportive of other people because I feel like with women, they are expecting us to be competitive. Yeah. They're expecting us to be jealous. They're expecting us to hate. And we're stronger when we work together. And if you're really that dope, then you can still shine your light on other people and still like flourish.
Absolutely.
So if you're not, then you hate on people. So that really shows more about you than it does other people when you say negative things.
A word, ding. So listen, I'm going to pause right there and I'm going to say a prime example is what we're doing today. You know, I think that the Morning Kiss is an amazing platform and it's a little different than, you know, what other stations offer as far as a morning show. You know, we have a morning show before my show and, you know, they do something a little different. But at the end of the day, it's about adding people's like real life stories and not just what you see on TV on Entertainment Tonight or in the blogs or whatever, but having you guys here sharing your real life experience. Let's a college student or, you know, somebody on their way to school in high school, well, on their way to the couch now because we're homeschooling. But, you know, let them know like, oh my God, this is where they came from. I can do this too. And I don't even have to have a degree in broadcasting. You know, I just really have to be passionate and invested. So having women minus Sosa, you know, even though he is someone of color, in the studio, we got Blair, we got Ro, and behind the camera, you know, we have Katie. So, you know, she is delivering this amazing content to you guys via YouTube. So we know that we have spaces and people that fill these spots that are really talented. So we don't always have to go to one demographic of people. Okay, Blair, so I'm going to ask you, what are you doing right now to create a positive, encouraging space for the generation coming behind in your industry?
Well, I mean, here at FPTV, we're encouraging all sorts of people to just, you know, be creative and passionate about cultivating their things. So I wanted to say, like, Sofia Capello is actually a director and she's Italian, and we don't have a whole lot of like females in the TV broadcasting just because like the camera is freaking huge and it's like sometimes it's really heavy. Yeah. But you know, she's very talented just as other directors are in the female industry for TV. And hopefully one day we can say actors and producers can be like, oh, it's not about a man or a woman.
So I'm going to ask you right now on air while I have you here. I've been waiting to ask you this. I want to get into the TV industry. So if I sign up today and I say, you know what, Blair, I am ready. How do I show? When I show up, what's the, you know, are you going to be assisting me? You know, can we make this an official project between Morning Kiss and Kiss 105.3 with Blair and FPTV?
Yes, let's do it.
I'm ready.
We're going to connect you.
So you heard it here first.
Let's
Katie,
go.
are you ready? We're going to be documenting this because I think it'll be fantastic for people to see that, you know, it's intimidating to a lot of people that don't know or they don't have somebody like you know, in reach just to say, hey, is this something that I can really do? Or are you blowing smoke up my,
No, we're here as long as you're ambitious. Hey, let's go because we're going to support you.
We can cross that off the list.
No, Well, if you want a dream to do that, then it's like, hey, we're going to push you. So
all right. Bro, do you think I can do it?
I know you can do it.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, so I need you guys to hold me accountable, but I'm signing up officially today. I don't know if it has to be a you know, kind of sign up, or if it's just I'm giving you my word and we can shake hands after, you know, sanitizing, but I want to do it, and I'm giving you my word today. All right. So, guys, the last hot topic of today, the new COVID vaccine is here and it's out. I am terrified.
Yes.
I don't know about you guys. Drop your responses or your comments in the comment section. Let me know if you're terrified and how you feel about the new vaccine, guys. I want to know. You know, so frontline workers like nurses are being asked to take it first, and man, I understand why they would be asked to take it first because they're in direct contact with people that are sick. Yeah. But, you know, based on what we've been seeing on social media, it's been really scary. People have been not doing the greatest. So what is your, you know, Ro, I'll ask you first. What is your idea? What's your take on the vaccine right now?
This is strange, but like, I'm not scared of it at all. Like, I was in the Army and my dad was in the Air Force. So we are not strangers to vaccines. I've had smallpox shots and things that you have to get before you go overseas to go in Germany when I was like 4. So right. I'm not really concerned about it. I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to speak for the people out there that's saying, well, those vaccines would have taken a long period of time to be developed. This one came out of the microwave. Yep. So, I understand.
What are we doing here?
I don't know. That sounds funny, but I'm just not scared. I guess I trust the experts. Like, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
So I trust that this is the right thing. They say that it's not even like a live thing like it is like the flu virus, because the flu virus gives you, or the flu shot gives you the flu, right?
So I am giving her the side eye.
Yeah,
for those who can't see me right now, okay?
Yeah, I'm not scared.
All right. Well, for those of you on the internets, in YouTube land, on Instagram, listening to me live, you would have heard me mention this before. I am a conspiracy theorist. I believe there's a plan behind every obvious plan in the world, and I'm not afraid to say that. Sometimes the masses get the information that's kind of watered down and tampered with what they want us to be kind of calm about, or to keep us, in a certain mind frame or mind state. And I don't know exactly what to believe. So I want to watch some people take it.
Yeah.
And then let me just see what happens. And then I'm like, all right, we're good on this second batch.
Yes, let them be the first. Let them be the first round.
How do you feel, Blair?
Oh my gosh.
Are you with Ro? Or?
No, not with Ro. Nope. I mean, no, I love you, Ro, but it is not.
The first batch, right?
I'll be like, okay, it actually is kind of weird because the nurses and the doctors are doing it. I feel like if it doesn't go well, what are we gonna do about it?
Right.
But
so what I've been seeing on social media is that people have had, they've been getting Bell's palsy. On my story, if you follow me on Instagram at Dominique V. Blake, you'll see that I've posted a nurse that has taken the vaccine. And her face, she literally can't smile anymore, and her mouth is like rearranged. And I've seen this is like the 7th case that I've seen of this, so I don't know what they need to get right in the vaccine, but they need to fix it because I need to smile if I am going to take it. Ro, I can't have you walking around here COVID free, but your mouth is clamped and you're not able to show your smile and your beautiful teeth. So that's something, shout out to all the experts and the scientists working on this vaccine. We need to get it right for our life and our kids. What are we gonna do?
Agreed.
All right.
Completely agree.
So guys, we are gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna get into the word of the day and the final message. We are back. Thank you guys for tuning into Morning Kiss. Today's show is brought to you by Diamond Training. Diamond Training, NWA's #1 personal training company. They're virtual, local, and mobile. Rated #1 on Google for amazing customer service and guaranteeing results. Call today for your free personal training session. Telephone number 479-312-0296. Remember to mention special code DTKISS to get $200 off any package purchase. Or visit them online, DVBDiamondTraining.com. If you would like to advertise your business on Morning Kiss, DM us on Instagram at Morning Kiss with Dom Blake, or call telephone number 479-312-0296, and we'll get you hooked up so you can tell the world why your business or product is so amazing. Guys, our word of the day today is mensuration. Right? Don't think about what you want to think about initially. Mensuration. The meaning is, not menstruation. Mensuration, the meaning is to measure. Right? To measure. So examples of mensuration in a sentence, careful mensuration is a part of every baking experiment. Or I had to improve my mensuration skills before I could call myself a carpenter. See how that flows well? How it makes sense? Mensuration. So be sure to add that into your vocabulary when trying to explain how to measure something. Our final message today, guys, before we wrap up, I want to encourage everybody in this room right now, everybody listening, tuning in on the PPBC Stream app, listening through your radio and on the internet, through YouTube and Instagram. I want to remind you guys to constantly audit your circle. No matter who you are, it's necessary for us to look at people we're spending the most time with. Show me that saying, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. That, your grandparents used to say it to your parents. Well, it's true. The company we keep subconsciously rubs off on us because as humans, we absorb information, energy, and mannerisms by just being around someone, right? So the idea is to be strategic about your goals in life and make sure you are seeking the right people that are in alignment with your goals. If your intention is to be a millionaire, then you would want to surround yourself with financial knowledgeable people. So it's very important to just make sure that you are actually, in that room with that person that's actually made $1 million, right? That would make sense. If you want to be a model like myself, I would find somebody like Ro to help me. You know, she's experienced. If I want to be on TV, I'll do what I just did right now on air with Blair and make sure that I'm putting myself in these situations, no matter how uncomfortable they are. You know, I just asked you guys to hold me accountable. So that's the kind of energy that's needed with friends. So it's very important that we keep that in mind and make sure that we're constantly putting ourselves in that position to be accountable. Or perhaps, you know, if you've already made $1 million, how about you help somebody else, right? So the scale it should be balanced on both sides. So, you know, Blair, I want to find out, you know, I'm kind of jumping here, even though we're wrapping up. I want to know, do you audit your circle?
Ooh, I try to, because
Okay.
like you can have friends, a lot of friends, but you got to have like trust in relationships.
Okay, great answer. Ro, do you audit your circle?
All the time.
Fantastic. Sosa, I want to know right now, you've made it very far in the industry. Do you audit your circle?
Man, I got a dot. I don't have a circle.
I love it.
You're basically talking to yourself, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I love that.
Very important. Absolutely.
Okay, well, you know, at some point we have to distance ourselves from energy and people we do not want. You know, just if you don't want a certain kind of energy or you don't want to attract certain things, you have to realize who are the people that are attracting those things. You know, you don't have to be nasty about it, but think about it like inviting a city, the city of, like, just say Fayetteville, to dump trash and rodents into your home. To reside with you. If you wouldn't do that, then why would you invite people into your life that will only take away from your dreams and your goals? Essentially, it is the same thing, just packaged differently. So the next time you find yourself around your best friends or people you are spending lots of time with daily or weekly, ask yourself, are these people holding me accountable? Are they more successful than me? Am I growing by being around them? Does my energy vibrate higher when I'm around them? Am I inspired to be a better person? And lastly, this isn't a one-way street, so ask yourself, what value do I bring to the table when you are invited into valuable friend groups? Be sure to wake up daily and ask yourself, what skill can I improve or acquire today? So constantly audit your circle. After all, your life and greatness depends on it. So guys, a special thank you to my show producer, Mr. Noel Sosa, my amazing co-host, Miss Blair Hastings of FPTV, and our special guest for today, radio personality, Stage 28 model, and AAFF communications coordinator, Miss Rochelle Graham, aka Ro on the radio.
Thanks for having me.
You are welcome anytime. I hope we can have you back and have more of the Fashion Week team in here and some of the AAFF team just to talk about. You guys are always doing things. So I know you're very tight-lipped right now, but I know you guys have a lot of projects coming up in 2021. Thank you guys for tuning into Morning Kiss right here on Kiss 105.3 FM and the Stream PPBC app each and every Monday live at 9 a.m. Central to kick your work week off. Tell a friend to tell a friend so we can spread the word about Morning Kiss, the hottest morning show. Head over to our YouTube channel, Morning Kiss with Dom Blake. Be sure to bang that bell so you can be notified as soon as we upload a video. Please like, share, leave a comment, and subscribe. We want to hear from you guys. If we heart your comment, that means we've seen it. Also, follow us on Instagram at Morning Kiss with Dom Blake. I am your host, Dominique Blake, the voice of NWA. Until next time, I love you guys and have a great day.